The gap between asset management and property management and how to bridge this gap. So in general, companies that are best aligned, they succeed best. There are many different frameworks that exist already to align different stakeholders and different people in companies, such as KPIs, OKRs, SMART goals, and in sustainability, you've got the sustainable development goals nowadays as well. So all of these frameworks, they exist to ensure that everyone in the same company is aligned, pulling in the same direction and working towards the same goals. The difficult thing within the real estate industry is that you work on a lot of different assets, but also with a lot of different stakeholders. And those stakeholders, they're actually based within different companies, different locations. And you only meet each other so every now and again. And the only way of communicating and collaborating is either through email, calling, or quarterly meetings that can be very ineffective from my own experience. What is the gap between asset management and property management? Exactly. So there is a gap in the goals of the landlord and the execution of property management companies and how they help. An example is, landlords, they have very extensive ESG specialist departments nowadays where they create the whole sustainability goals and all the plans. But in the end, property managers, they're actually on the ground doing the work. They execute the plans, they create the maintenance plans or the preventative maintenance plans. They request quotes for all the projects, they communicate and they manage all the service providers. They are the first point of contact for the tenants. So the difficult thing is that these two stakeholders, they don't really collaborate well together. And they only communicate via email and phone. And there's not really a live asset management or sustainability plan. So usually the property managers are also the people that actually provide all the data for sustainability reporting, but at the same time they don't even receive access to the plans or the sustainability plans themselves, or they don't see the impact of their work when they renovate installations, buildings. Like, what is the impact of this new cooling machine on the carbon pathway for this building, and are we now compliant towards all the ESG regulation that is out there? So how do you bridge this gap? First of all, start working in the same platform with both stakeholders. Make the goals, the KPIs, the sustainable development goals, the OKRs, whichever framework you're using, make it visible for each stakeholder. And can we actually reach this goal before the end of the year or before the end of the business plan? So in order to do that, you have to make the impact of these projects and maintenance plans visible to everyone. And that also inspires a lot of people in their jobs. The progress of this KPI, show that on a live dashboard as well, is that when the property manager starts executing a project or they start requesting quotes for a renovation, that what is the impact of that project on the carbon pathway? What is the impact on the asset management plan? So when you start collaborating in the same platform, make sure that all the qualitative decisions around these projects, around maintenance plans, are logged in the centralized system as well, and that you communicate at the source of the data. It makes it clear to everyone why certain decisions have been made or why, for instance, a project is postponed. And let me give you an example. When you renovate a roof layer of a flat roof of a logistics center, then that is a really natural moment to actually increase the insulation of the roof. This has energy reducing effect, and that has an impact on your carbon pathway. So the property managers are executing that project. But what is the impact of the project if you look at the whole carbon pathway of the asset? Are we then compliant or not? What if we postpone the project? What impact does that have on compliancy with all the ESG regulation? What impact does that have on the IRRs regarding the asset management plan? Make sure that you collaborate really closely with your landlord and your property manager in the same platform. Make the goals visible, make the actions visible to each stakeholder. And this will really inspire all the property managers that are working on your assets as well to see what the impact of their daily job is. And that's really rewarding. So we'll be diving much deeper into this topic, but also other related topics in our Property Portfolio Unleashed series. We'll also be joined by industry experts with a lot of experience on how to solve these certain topics already. But we'll love to hear from you. How do you do things internally? How do you collaborate? What are your thoughts? And please share your insights with us about this topic. Thanks for listening. Cheers.